In October 2025, Trainz Simulator World Tour will launch on Xbox Series X and S, marking the first time the Trainz series enters the console market. This release comes right after the debut of the latest Train Sim World game on September 30th, 2025. For the first time, the train simulation market on consoles will see a direct competition between N3V games and Dovetail games. As of now, there's no official word about Trainz coming to PlayStation, and it may never arrive there. But for Xbox players, this is actually a great thing, not just for Trainz, but for the entire Train Sim experience. Mostly because now Train Sim World has real competition on consoles. Dovetail will be pushed to improve quality faster, fix bugs more quickly, and optimize performance. Since players now have an alternative, also, competition encourages developers to enhance gameplay, add meaningful features, and polish visuals, keeping players engaged and satisfied. And from a business standpoint, Xbox being the platform where both titles compete could drive to more sales. But first, let's not forget the extremely rough start Xbox players had with TSW6. Many players reported bugs, crashes, and performance drops at launch. Texture pop-ins, lighting glitches, and occasional freezing made the experience less polished than expected on next-gen consoles. Even veteran TSW fans expressed frustration that console players were effectively beta testing some of the updates that had already been polished on PC. This messy launch is relevant because it opens a window for Trainz to capture attention. Xbox players craving a more stable, ready-to-play experience might consider trying Trainz, at least initially. Before we assume that Train Sim World fans on Xbox will suddenly migrate to Trainz, it's important to look at the differences between these two games and what each brings to the table. Both titles offer single-player scenarios with advanced graphics, but their approaches differ. Trainz World Tour comes with 4 fully rebuilt routes from the USA, UK, and Australia, and 4 unique sessions per route, 16 sessions total, designed specifically for consoles. In contrast, TSW offers a combination of scenario missions, free-play modes like conductor mode, training elements, a robust graphics engine with photo mode plus a couple of other features. One of the most requested features in modern train simulators is multiplayer. While Trainz World Tour won't include multiplayer at launch on Xbox, it's much more likely to arrive sooner than Dovetail adds it to Train Sim World, or even before they create an entirely new title built around it. Trainz already has a history with multiplayer, first appearing as a public beta in Trainz 2010, and later becoming an official feature in Trainz 12. This shows that N3V Games has experience with networked train operations and the technical foundation needed to bring this mode back in the future. On the other hand, Train Sim World has never implemented multiplayer, and Dovetail Games hasn't given any clear roadmap for it. Considering the complexity of TSW's simulation systems and route layering, a proper multiplayer mode might still be years away. So, even if Trainz doesn't have it right now, it's positioned to deliver multiplayer much sooner, giving Xbox players another reason to keep an eye on this release. Some pretty important aspects are graphics and realism. TSW excels in visual detail and realistic simulation. Each locomotive is meticulously recreated, with dynamic lighting, weather effects, and authentic sounds. Trainz, although it updates its graphics engine since a new era in 2015, still falls behind. Many players feel that Trainz doesn't match TSW in realism. A user once commented, "If you want a realistic simulator, Trainz isn't for you. The only realistic thing in Trainz 2019 is the scenery. Cab sounds are wrong. Electric trains don't sound right. It feels more like a model railway than a driving experience." In practice, TSW provides more believable physics feedback like controls, brakes, inertia, and detailed interior views, whereas Trainz on consoles offers visually appealing scenes but more arcade-style physics. On the other hand, Train Sim World doesn't always deliver the best performance or optimization quality, especially on consoles. Even powerful systems like the Xbox Series X have shown frame drops, stuttering, and occasional crashes, particularly during busy routes or when using complex DLC packs. Despite its impressive visuals and realism, TSW often struggles to stay consistent, which breaks immersion for players who expect a smooth experience. Dovetail frequently releases patches for Train Sim World, but even so, there's no real end to the bugs. New issues keep popping up with almost every update, and because they release a new TSW title every single year, it often feels like they're just replacing old bugs with new ones, rather than truly fixing the core problems. TSW offers diverse gameplay, linear scenario modes, as well as free play modes like Free Roam and Conductor, which add additional challenges. There's also a step-by-step training hub for each train. Players can download custom scenarios via the Creators Club and explore existing networks with their favorite trains. Trainz World Tour on consoles, on the other hand, is more static. The game presents predefined driving sessions, for example. Learn to manage different locomotive fuels. There's no free roam or dispatching, and multiplayer isn't mentioned. The community notes that Trainz is rooted in railway surveying and track building, while TSW focuses on driving. If you want to build your own railways, Trainz is by far the best. But the actual driving simulation is stronger in Dovetail titles, and that's on everyone's mind. A major strength of Trainz on PC has always been the Surveyor route editor and its massive library of community content. Over the years, players have created hundreds of thousands of assets, including trains, wagons, cars, buildings, and scenery, all available through the official download station. Currently, Trainz World Tour does not include a route editor on xBox. This limits creative freedom compared to TSW, where users can create scenarios via the Creators Club. This creative freedom is what made Trainz unique, and developers should make a priority out of introducing the feature on xBox. Players should be able to design routes from scratch, modify existing ones, and share them with others, easily, all without needing developer approval, exactly as a PC player. Trainz SimWorld, on the other hand, is far more restricted. There's no open editor on consoles, and even on PC, the available tools are extremely complex and not meant for most players. Even if you manage to create something, you'll need Dovetail's approval through their third-party partner program before it can ever be released publicly. So while TSW has strict control over DLC, Trainz could gain ground if N3V delivers these creative tools on console. TSW boasts a large selection of trains and authentic routes, all faithfully recreated visually and sonically. TSW 6 expands global scenarios with new routes in the UK, US, and Germany. Each DLC focuses on specific regions and technologies. Trainz comes only with 12 diverse locomotives and 4 realistic routes, from the US mountains and UK East Coast over to the Australian segment. But that's only the beginning, and Australian content was always a fan favorite among TSW players. While variety is promising, the cumulative Dovetail offering of hundreds of trains and global routes still dominates in content volume. PC Trainz already has thousands of free assets, whereas TSW mostly relies on paid DLC. So distribution is a heated topic. Trainz uses a mixed ecosystem. Trainz Plus subscription gives early access to updates. Most Trainz assets are community created and available free or as payware. TSW, however, relies heavily on paid DLC. Many players criticize Dovetail for being pay-heavy. That's another point where Trainz could get high ground. Both companies have active communities. Dovetail releases frequent TSW patches, including for console issues. N3V also updates Trainz regularly, but community members wonder how quickly N3V will address bugs on consoles. Generally, support is comparable. Both developers react to issues, but players already have wish lists for improvements. And from a long-term potential view, Trainz has traditionally been sandbox. On PC community sessions and the editor allow unlimited projects, as mentioned earlier, but unfortunately on console. At launch, players only have predefined scenarios and trains. However, Trainz Plus could provide continuous access to new content. On the other hand, we have TSW, which maintains an edge in realism, train volume, and gameplay variety. Its community appreciates tutorials and options. Trainz World Tour brings creative elements and diverse locomotives to consoles, but must prove itself in physics, realism, and route editing. If N3V delivers promised updates and tools like Surveyor and Download Station on xBox, Trainz could seriously challenge TSW's dominance on console in the future. For now, TSW remains king of realistic train simulation, while Trainz offers the promise of creative freedom and community-driven content. Both are unique in their way. So are you an Xbox player? Here's the question. Would you give Trainz a shot, even just in its basic launch form, without the editing tools or community content? Or are you sticking with TSW bugs and all, because it still gives the most realistic train sim experience on consoles? Either way, this is actually good news for us players. Competition pushes developers to fix things faster, improve the games, and give us better content overall. Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm really curious which side you'd pick. And if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more train sim news and TSW liveries. See you in the next one.